Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Amista, and we're just here to catch up with some old friends, talk with some new people, read some tarot cards, see where that leads us tonight. So while I wait for anybody to show up in the room who might feel like showing up, I'm going to go ahead and clear the cards and get them ready for our session. See what's going on out in the world on this Monday night. Fun day, Monday. Is that stretching it? Hopefully productive Monday. Ooh, somebody already gave a thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. Cheryl Ford. I almost said, is that Cheryl Ford? And I was like, she'll show up in the chat pretty soon if she is. How are you doing today, honey bunny? Me too, me too. Great is a good word for it. I just thought I would come on here tonight and do something I haven't done in a while. I probably put the wrong name on this video, actually. I'm going to pull a card for each sign for tomorrow and see what comes up around it. Actually, let me just write all the signs down, and that way I can check them off. Otherwise, I know me, I'll get lost. And then after that, we might ask a few questions. Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius, and Pisces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got them all. It is great to be here, my friend, and great to have regulars that come into the room that I can count on seeing. I appreciate you so much. So we're going to go ahead and start with Aries right off the bat. What sign are you, Cheryl? I want to say you're Cancer, but I could be completely wrong. I have been before. Aries, card for tomorrow, the 25th of August. We have the Nine of Wands for those of you with Aries placements. And the Nine of Wands just says that you will be doing something off the cuff, doing something unplanned, which is not out of your wheelhouse at all. Taurus. Okay, my rising is Taurus. We're cool. I'm definitely stubborn. Between Taurus and Scorpio for my sun sign, 2 fixed signs. Okay, Taurus card for tomorrow. What do we have here? 2 of Pentacles showing up in reverse. This says we've got a lot on our plate that we're trying to handle tomorrow. And so it may be a good time to delegate. Otherwise, things could fall through the cracks. Sometimes this is finances falling through the cracks. Doesn't have to be that, though. Let's look at Gemini. Gemini for August 25th. Ooh, King of Cups for Geminis. Interacting with somebody who is very much in control of their emotions and who is very comfortable expressing their emotions as well. Whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, they don't mind telling you. So Gemini, I do think you're having a conversation with somebody about how they feel about either you or something going on that affects both of you. Something that's kind of on the peripheral right now. I think they're worried about that becoming more of a major thing in your life, both of your lives. All right, so that was Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Now we're looking at Cancer. Oh, yeah, I've got my little list. I could keep track. Cancer. Okay, Cancer's card, 10 of Swords. Oh, Cancers, I hate to say it, but some of you are going to have a backache. How can you not with a card like that? I feel like this is actually kind of a mild backache. And honestly, Cancer, here's the deal. I think that you are trying to stand up to somebody tomorrow. And as you do, how do they say that? You have a spine. Sometimes whenever we try to stand up to people and we're not used to that, it can cause a backache. And that may be what's going on here for you guys, Cancers. I think that you are managing to put an end to something that's been a long-term source of tension or debate, but it is putting a strain on you. That's where the backache's coming from. And I think once you know that you have definitely put an end to this, I think the backache then will disappear. You just have to get through this process. All right, let's look at Leo. Leo, you got Page of Swords showing up in reverse. This just means that you are digging in for more information about something that is a secret of the universe, whether that's psychic stuff, paranormal stuff, metaphysical stuff, the laws of abundance, any of that. You're digging in for more information. Some of you are going to be seeing, is this stuff for real? And some of you are going to be checking out, how can I apply this in my life? Because you already know it's real. All right. Those of you watching this video are at least at checking it out level, if nothing else. Boop-a-doo-doo. Virgo, you guys are next. Virgo. What card do you have? Oh, nice one. You'll have the Sun. And the Sun is showing up just to say that you're going to be doing the things, at least at some point during the day, that make you feel satisfied and happy without anybody looking over your shoulder, breathing down your neck, trying to tell you how to do those things. Okay, that's for Virgo. Next up, let's take a peek at Libra. The sign of fairness and balance. What do y'all have? 9 of Pentacles. Tomorrow you're going to be doing something independent and self-sufficient. This is similar to the Sun. It talks about feeling good about what you're doing and also being abundant in whatever you're doing. And that can be anything from canning asparagus to launching a startup and anything in between. All right, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio, what's coming up for Scorpios tomorrow? Oh, nice. Star card talks about healing, feeling refreshed, feeling hopeful, re-energized. Very good card to have show up. And then let's look at Sagittarius. Hello there, Ties. So I'm going to answer about 3 questions after I get done going through all the signs. What sign are you, honey? Now let's see. That was Scorpio. We're doing Sagittarius. You're Libra. Oh, you just missed Libra. You'll have to run it back to hear that one. Libra. I can't do Libra. This is Sagittarius. I already did Libra. Ooh, Sagittarius. What you have showing up here is the Lover's card in reverse, which just tells me there's somebody that you would consider yourself partnered up with, whether that's a business partner, romantic partner, good friend, etc., etc. With that Lover's card in reverse, you're having a hard time being on the same page. There's something that you're not really agreeing on right now, and you may not know exactly how to get from here to there. And what Spirit is showing me is that if you just try to put yourself in the shoes of the other person, maybe even ask them why they want what they want or they feel what they feel. That's going to help you a lot. Okay, so that's Sagittarius. Next, we're looking at Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. What's happening here? We've got the Emperor showing up in reverse. Emperor in reverse talks about this idea of feeling sort of out of control. There's something going on in your life that has you feeling like you're not in control, like your plans that you're making aren't really going the way you want them to. What does this have to do with for my Capricorns, at least for most of them? What does this have to do with? I know this is super unsettling for you guys, so I want to dig in a little bit more because I feel like information is power. The more information we know, the better we can handle our situations. So Capricorn, I think there's something going on here with not your love life as much as there's something going on with the love life of a family member that I think you're attached to an outcome here and it's not going the way that you want it to go. You may want it to be much more successful than it is, or maybe you're hoping it comes off the rails, but either way, it's not going the way you want it to. All right, next up, we're looking at Aquarius. So Aquarius for the 25th of August, 2026. What do we have showing up for you guys? Aquarius, 7 of Cups. This just says that you're doing a lot of daydreaming and looking at options. I don't even know if I want to say daydreaming. I think you're putting some options together about things you can do that will improve your life and sort of comparing, what is going to bring what? How much do you have to give for each option to see return? That type of thing. You're weighing out what you can do to make your life better. When that 7 of Cups comes up, Aquarius, I don't see you taking action yet. This is strictly a thinking things over type of card. And last sign, but certainly not least, fellow water sign Pisces. Actually, that's my moon sign. We had a bunch of cards fall out for you guys, Pisces. Do I want to take all of these? Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo, boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo, boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. So Pisces, I'm going to say that tomorrow you're coming to some kind of crossroads. These are actually the cards I'm looking at for you. I'm just sort of summarizing them all as one. But what jumped out is the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles also in reverse, and the 2 of Wands. This is the card that tells me you're at some kind of crossroads here. And it's interesting. I think that this message is sort of a reassurance for you because we're seeing that where you've been collaborating with somebody and pouring a lot of energy and effort into that collaboration. And maybe you and the other party also have been. With this 10 of Pentacles coming up in reverse, this says that this is not adding to your security and your stability, maybe the way that you're hoping for it to. And so this is what brings you to this 2 of Wands, which is a choice. Right now you're at a crossroads. Which choice do I want to take here? Because whatever this is, even though you're pouring in a bunch of energy and effort, it's not working. But you have other choices in front of you. You could pivot. The trick is, which pivot are you going to take? So I think that that's what's under consideration tomorrow. And I think it may actually come to a head tomorrow where you're just realizing, man, we've given this our all and it's just not working. Where do we go from here? That's what I see going on for Pisces. All right. So those are cards for everybody for tomorrow. Anybody in the room have a question or want a message from Spirit? Say so now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to answer up to 3 questions or give up to 3 messages, one or the other today. Is your next job at Hub applied with a referral? Amway. Thank you on the name. Is Amway's next job going to be at Hub? Is Amway's next job going to be at Hub? By the way, guys, if you like these types of readings, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss me next time I go live. Okay, what do we have here? No, I don't think it's going to be at Hub. Look here. 5 of Swords. There's a lot of competition here. 4 of Swords. This kind of tells me that they quit looking for a while. They kind of take a break from looking. Even though there's a lot of competition that would like to have the job. 5 of Wands in reverse. I think you're focusing somewhere else. You've already done everything you can do. Now you're focusing in another place. Knight of Swords in reverse. This talks about some kind of frustration. You know, you're not hearing back anything really positive. If you're hearing back at all for some of the places that you're dropping your resume online or whatever, you may not be hearing back. And that's really frustrating. Or they are letting you know what, we've picked somebody else. Either way, very frustrating. And then we have the 8 of Swords showing up in reverse, which talks about the idea of you breaking out of this cycle of needing to look for another job. So basically, I think you're going to be in a situation where you don't have to look for another job, which means you'll probably find another job by the time 2 weeks goes by, but I don't see that job being with Hub. I think Hub kind of suspends that position or something. There's something going on the back end of that you're not aware of. Okay, let's see. Cheryl would like a message. Kawa baby. Hello. Do you want a message or do you have a question today, honey bunny? I'm taking 3 and I've got 2 done so far. And then if you want to scroll back too, I also did predictions for every sign for tomorrow here. Cheryl, message. Okay. Yes, I'm going to ask you to boil down your question to what you really want to know, because right now you've given me a couple of questions. You want advice, or you want to know if you've already applied to your next job? What's the most important thing that you really want to know? Let's boil that down. Ba 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 ba. Bum, 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 bum. The applied version. Okay. So Cheryl. Oh, wow. What's going on with you, honey bunny? Okay. You have the Devil card in reverse, which is a nice card to see. It just talks about your situation, whether it's past, present, or future. The situation is that you faced some kind of fear, or you are facing some kind of fear that might be a long-standing fear that's been sort of ingrained in you. And then that's covered by the Tower in reverse. Facing that fear actually helps you to recover from some kind of shakeup and actually end up on more solid ground on the other side of that recovery. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. So something happened that triggered one of your big fears. You're facing that fear and you're facing it head on. You're like, you know what? You're not going to get me down. I've got things I can do. I'm going to do them. All right. Then best advice or heads up around this. You've got the 4 of Swords in reverse. 4 of Swords can be literally moving, but also it can be, I've taken a break to regroup and step back, and now I'm stepping back into the ring. Could be that as well. I'm not sure which way it applies for you. And then we have maybe stepping back into the ring, though, because our next card is the Knight of Cups. This basically says love always wins, baby. Love always wins. Now, I think the thing that people have a hard time understanding or sifting through is, who do I need to love? Do I need to love me, or do I need to love the other person? Is loving me selfish? No, it's not, because if we don't love ourselves, we have no love to give somebody else. So you're going to have to figure out where this needs to go. But this talks about getting back into the ring with love. So if you've been beating up on yourself, this says stop that. Start, saying some kind words to yourself. And getting back in the ring with love might be, like say that you've been trying to be friendly to a coworker and they're just meanies. This says keep on pouring on the love. Love is kind of like water. Water is very flexible. It's free flowing. Doesn't seem like it does much, but over time it wears the rocks away. and makes huge valleys where it flows. So keep pouring on the love. 5 of Cups. This says that you've been disappointed and you're really kind of tempted to throw in the towel about continuing to put in the love. And that makes this part make sense too, with that Devil and the Tower both in reverse. You may be thinking, you know what, if I keep doing loving kindness things for this other person or thinking loving thoughts towards them and they continue to keep getting worse, man, I don't know how much longer I want to continue with this. I'm obviously doing something wrong. That's what this says to me. But it also, with that tower right side up, it says if you keep throwing love at the situation, that's what's going to bring it to a nice completion that is an upgrade from what you had before. This 5 of Cups kind of shows you despairing. And this is really Spirit saying, hey, don't let yourself despair. You may not be catching that you're despairing on a conscious level. But if you think about something like that on a conscious level, then you can do something about it. All right, so that was reading number 2. Who is the next one that asked for a reading in here? Thais. Okay. And what did we end up with for you? Bindi. Hello, hello. Mayash. Hello. Pray for me. I just got hot sauce in my eye. I am only laughing because last night I had made something and I had put jalapenos in it. And I thought I had rinsed my hands off, but apparently I didn't. And I rubbed my eye, and oh my gosh, did that burn. So I can totally relate. And at the same time, I'm happy it's not me anymore. I had to put a wet wash rag over my eye. Okay, so let's see. Thais wants to know, has Thais already applied for the next job? Has Thais already applied for the next job that they will have? Has Thais already applied for the next job that they will have? Let's see what this says. What does this say? Up, keep putting in applications. Keep putting them in. Keep putting them in. So here's what Spirit is saying when we look at the details. First of all, we've got the world. The world talks about an ideal situation or a completion. And this is exactly what you're asking about. Have I completed this stage of the game? Have I completed with putting in applications? So this is Spirit acknowledging. Yes, we hear the question. Then we have Justice in reverse. Justice in reverse says, we know this isn't really fair. You're having to put in lots and 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 lots of applications. We know it's not really fair. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse that says you're feeling kind of down about it, like you just cannot wait to be done with this stage of the job application process. And I don't blame you, because I feel like that is like the least rewarding stage. Because you can put in, that can be like a full-time job to find a job. But the response you get back is so minimal. It's hard to even make an adjustment to how you're presenting yourself when you don't get a response back. So anyway, that's probably that probably has you feeling a little down because you've been putting out so many. We have the King of Swords coming up in reverse. My King of Swords in reverse says, man, I'm throwing a fit. I am throwing a fit. Also, though, the King of Swords talks about strategy, making a strategy. And when he's in reverse, he could be remaking a strategy. And I think that you've got both meanings here, actually, because both of them are coming to me and I can't pick one over the other, which means you've got both. So you're kind of going back to the drawing board on your strategy about putting out applications for work. But also, you are kind of having a little bit of a fit. So here's the thing. Yes, it's frustrating. We just talked about that. And yes, you have feelings about it. Most people do as they go through it. You do want to get those feelings out, because if you hold on to those frustration feelings and keep moving forward and pushing yourself forward, then you're pushing forward those feelings of frustration and you're not going to get anywhere. It becomes a perpetual circle. So if you have to journal, if you have to go hiking, whatever you have to do to allow those feelings to express through your body so you're not holding on to them. Crying works. Crying is a great release, by the way. So is screaming, although your neighbors may not like you if you do that one. But yes, you want to release some of this frustration here and aggravation and go back to the drawing board. And when you go back to the drawing board, looky here, you've got the Empress. That says that now you're in good shape to manifest the job. This is being in the right headspace. This is manifesting the job. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you. All right. And that was my third question answered for tonight. You guys, if you like these types of videos, please subscribe and hit the little notification bell. That way you'll know next time I go live. And then, you can catch me. Also, I do offer private readings, so you don't have to ask your questions here in public. You can see my website in the description below. Check that out. You can see all the different services I offer there because I don't just do readings. I have quite the palette of services available. Thank you guys for keeping me company tonight. Everyone have a great evening. Peace out.